So beautiful.
The way he moves it.
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Okay.
Proverbs 13:20. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. We'll pray. Father, thank you. It's been another good week. We're excited to be back again. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to people and to teach people. We take this very seriously, Lord, and you know that we do. And we know that you do too. And so please help people to understand that we need to protect these children and that this is not a joke, that there's nothing about any of this that is a joke, and that you're trying to warn us. You tried to warn your people about the predators out there. And Lord, just help us to get it through to people. Help this message to bring out loud and clear so that people will stop making a joke out of it and putting children in danger. We know that the children are the most dear to you. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I am Lead Trucker E, and this is Jerry Williams, also known as Lead Horse Choctaw.
Yeah, I think our camera's a little dirty.
Okay, let's clean this film.
No,
Better?
Yeah, a lot better.
And we have 4 Facebook group pages. The Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMB, MAN, and Son Center and Database. The Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas, which is also the name of our DVD. We have the Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warriors Path page, and the Lead Tracker E page.
Also, the Lead Tracker E YouTube channel has been changed to the name Bigfoot Predators and Spiritual Warfare. And that's growing pretty fast. And this channel has also been changed to Sasquatch Choctaw Tracking. So if it's your first time watching, check these channels out. Subscribe so you can get the information. We're going to be loading up some new videos just as soon as we go through them on a recent track that we did. That's coming up also. One of our it's not our newest book, one of our new books, because it's still new. The Bigfoot Predator and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. A very important book for anyone who's needing information and knowledge about these predators. The only book that you'll find this information, one of a kind book, is all the ones that we do. We also have the new Spanish version book. This has been translated into Spanish so that our Spanish-speaking friends can also attain this knowledge, so that they're not caught unaware out there in the field as well. Let me go ahead and do. Now we do have another book out also. This is called Bigfoot Gifters. It's about 39 pages, but it's a very important book. And the information in this book is also life-saving, as all the books. This book, when people talk about Bigfoot gifting and things like that, This book tells you what all is entailed with that book, everything that comes with that gifting or that submission. But this book is also in Spanish. La Ofrendas de Pai Grande. Oh, I'm sorry. The Spanish version of the Predator Bigfoot Spiritual Warrior's Path is Pai Grande el Depredador y el Sendero del Guerrero Espiritual. That's the new Spanish version of the Predator Bigfoot Spiritual Warrior's Path. And that is one book to have for sure. But all these books are very important. And this is the Spanish version of Bigfoot Gifters. La Ofrendas de Pai Grande, which means the offering of the Bigfoot. To give the Bigfoot an offering, which is the same as Bigfoot Gifters, just in the Spanish translation. Now, our newest book, and we're going to be talking more about that today, but the very newest book that we have out, and we got another one that we're working on, but the very newest one is called Monster Spotters. Now, this is a children's book that if you have this book, you understand the importance of this book. Children learn from this book after they read it. They know more than all the researchers, I would say, researchers out there. The children can read this book one time and be able to spot, locate, see traps, know where not to go, and how to keep their family and pets safe as well. It's also a one-of-a-kind book.
We're already getting 5-star reviews.
5-star reviews. People are already telling us how it's helping not just them, but their children understand in a different way.
And grandchildren.
And grandchildren, yeah. So that was our newest book, and that's out also on Amazon, Monster Spotters. The adults, you really need the Predator Bigfoot Spiritual Warrior's Path book and the Bigfoot Gifters. But also grandparents and parents, you really, to help your children learn, because it's a subject that if you don't know how to explain Bigfoot and how the things that it does or that it can lure and trick children or pets, when those dogs are barking outside, there's a predator outside. It's not just barking out the woods for no reason. And if you can't see it, there's a reason for that. And it's explained in that book. So it's a very important book, especially for children to learn from. But a lot of the grandparents are getting it because the parents aren't able to explain. So the parents will get it, or grandparents will get it. And some parents are doing it as well to help their children stay safe. But also those children are exposed more to the predator. And you'll hear them, oh, I've seen a hairy man. There's somebody out in the woods or something, but the parents won't be able to see it. So believe those children when they say, there's a hairy man in the woods or multiple things out there in the woods. They're telling you the truth, so make sure you listen to them. But this book will also help explain and help the children, they can open a book. This is what I've seen. Open a book. This is what I've seen. This is out there. So it's a very, very important book, and it is life-saving. And we know it is because we've already gotten reports of children being able to spot all the signs now. So that's a miracle in itself that the children are able to see what they need to see to help their family. Because they'll come back and say, I've seen that, and I've seen that, and I've seen that. That book is very important.
Not every child that disappears is because of a human predator. There are other predators out there, and that's what this book is about.
Mm-hmm. Also, our new webpage, Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. You can, in your search engine, in your browser, type in predatorbigfoot.com, and it will take you right to the Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path website. And there you can, it's got links to some playlists that are very important playlists. place where you can order books, order the DVD, which the DVD is Predator Bigfoot and what was it? It's the same thing as here. Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas. And that is also a one-of-a-kind DVD documentary, because we take you into places that we don't want people to go, but we need you to see where we went so you can explain to the children. And if you have the children's book and that documentary, the children's book will just shine with that documentary, because you can say, this is what they're talking about right here in the book. This is what they're talking about. So we show you places where we don't want people going, and what's there, and where to find these things if they're on your property. And you may not know where they're at, but with the documentary, we take you right to the places where you're going to find all these tunnels and caves, traps, ambush areas. And like we said, places we don't want you to go. So we went there to show you. Also, there's a live Bigfoot in the video, and some pictures of Bigfoots that we captured out there, as well as on film. We have to explain that, because people like, captured a Bigfoot. No. We did on film, so there is one live. I mean, there is more in that area, but they're very hard to see, so you'd have to have trained eyes like our trackers do to pick them apart, to distinguish. But there is one that is just got caught moving, and it moves for about a minute before it freezes again. But you got enough right there.
Got caught after a 3-hour wait.
Yeah, we had to wait about 2.5 hours before it started moving, before it kind of forgot that we were there, because we held our place and we're dressed a certain way, no moving, and just waited. And then it finally started moving, and that's how we got that on film. So if these researchers are going out expecting to catch these things after 10 minutes, but you got to be very patient, because these things are very patient, and you want to have them make the first mistake as we teach the trackers.
And also, I want to say about the book Monster Spotters, if there's someone that you would have trouble getting them to read a full-length book, this will give them the basics that they need, even if they're an adult, even if they're a teenager. The illustrations are interesting enough. There's enough going on in them that it's going to catch anybody's interest. And even the homeless people, people that have trouble reading, people that don't like to read, this would still give them the basics, and hopefully give them an extra chance to be safe. Anyone that that spends a lot of time in the woods, even if you get it for them just to teach their children or grandchildren. Some people may not like to read themselves, but they'll read to their children or their grandchildren.
I deleted a photo that I didn't want to delete. Give me 1 second. Actually, what's next?
I need to charge this phone so that I can log in.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So give us 1 second. I gotta load a picture up that I accidentally just now deleted, which we're going to be using in just a little bit. And it was from one of our trackers and one of the tracker meetings, one of the latest ones. But we wanted to show you some of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Give us 1 second. And tonight's one that we really haven't done before, because we were seeing all the parents, all the adults, you would say, making the mistakes. But we've seen some things, and some people, friends had sent some information into us today or the day before, but we're just getting to it. But we did notice that parents are teaching the children wrong, and there's channels out there that's teaching children wrong.
It's our subject tonight. Those are our selections tonight for Watching Wednesday. And thank you for your patience while we did not do the last 2 Watching Wednesdays, because we were wrapping up a course session with some tracking candidates, and it was just a very, very busy time for us. So thank you for your patience there.
It was a very busy time.
But we have a whole new team, another team.
Yes. Oh, hey, also, in June, we're going to be having another tracking course. So we're going to try to get this one done before the meet and greet in October. So it'll be June 21st, July 21st, August, and September. It'll end September the 21st. If you're interested in the next tracking course, get with us. But we also want serious people. We want to make sure that you're ready because of everything that entails with what we do. We want serious people. We want to make sure that you finish. We want to make sure that you're faith-based.
That your faith is strong and not wavering like every new challenge or obstacle that comes up, that you're frantic about it. When you enter this tracker course, you need to already know that God has got you. You need to already know that even when things might look bad, He's got you. You can't waver on that. And we've seen that with some of the past candidates that didn't work out, or they're just wishy-washy. They're still weak, or they're still learning. They're still doubting God and His abilities. They're just not ready for the course yet at that point. So we don't want to waste their time or ours. That's another thing about this book, The Monster Spotters. It teaches children also how to deal with spiritual warfare and spiritual predators. It doesn't go super deep into it, but enough to address it, which is what most of us on the tracking team and many of us that are regulars on this channel are very aware that there's spiritual warfare going on, and that there are translucent beings, and that spirits that can be very frightening to a child, and they need to know, someone needs to teach them that they're not crazy, that they can protect themselves through prayer, how to protect themselves through prayer. And that's another thing that we address in this book. It's an absolutely unique book, and we know that it's going to do a lot of good.
So if you're interested in the next tracking course, that will be in June. June 21st. That we're going to begin that one again. Make sure you're ready. We want you to finish it. And there's some people we're not going to accept. We've took chances with some people before, and it just caused a headache, and they were fighting against what we're sharing information. And like we say, listen to all the information, get through the tracking course, then make up your mind against what you know now. But if you're going to fight from day one, you're not letting anything in. You're not trying to expand. You're not trying to attain the information. And all that time you're trying to fight against it, you're not listening to what we're saying.
If you want to teach a course, you go teach a course.
Yeah.
But you don't take a course and then argue with the teacher the entire time. It's not a debate class.
Yeah.
You make up your own mind later, but receive the information first. Pray about it. Think about it. Look into it. And actually learn.
Yeah. And we've had people we took chances on who we said, maybe they'll be okay. Maybe we'll just get them through it. But
because we love them.
Yeah. But it's turned back to bite us and things like that. So
kind of one per course. Not too bad overall, but
yeah.
But there are each ones that we had doubts about.
Yeah.
A little inkling that, and we decided no more of that. If there's any inkling of a doubt of their faith or their ability to receive new information,
we're not going to do it. We're not going to go through that again.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, because we got the other ones. They're ready for that information. They're doing the homework. They're there. They're watching.
Is strong.
And even if they can't make it to the course study, they watch the video so they can stay caught up. They do their part. Yeah. And we just don't want to go through another one of trying to hold your hand and trying to, or trying to argue with you or debate with you. And,
right. The whole purpose is to develop team members, new team members.
Yeah.
Not just to, because people can read the book, but there's a lot more. If you just want the basics, that's in the book, which is our basics are advanced compared to the other channels out there, but in the course we go a lot deeper into things, but that's for team members. Although some people want to learn it and then they don't become a team member, but they still have that information and they're grateful for it.
And you can ask anyone who is a tracker about that course. It's one of a kind.
Yeah.
You're not going to find any information like this out there in the world. I mean, you can, but most
not
of it
collected in one spot.
No,
like
you
this.
have to be privileged to it, or you have to have teachers for that. Information that's been hidden for a long time, things that's never been openly shared. We had one person who went after we taught, they would go to the internet and try to find that information. And I think it was to say, oh, well, they got it from here, they got it from there, but they couldn't find that information anywhere. And the only place they could get it was here. So, and that also started the conflict of, and we're not trying to be better than anybody. We're just saying, this is the information. This is the knowledge that's been hidden from you. We're sharing it with you. What you do with it after you attain it is up to you. But
hopefully you'll help other people.
Yeah, but once you learn it, you know right from wrong and what's supposed to be here and what's not, and how to help people. But get through the entire course before you make any judgments. You'll understand what we're doing. It's all been laid out for you. We're putting it right there for you. So just go all the way through the course, and once you're done with it, you don't have to become a team member, but you attained all that information that you're not going to find anywhere else.
There also needs to be a maturity level and an emotional stability level.
Yes.
Even though we do have one very young tracker, they're far more mature and mentally stable than
a lot of adults.
I was wondering if I should say the majority of adults we know.
Yeah.
But then many adults are, you need to be that kind of person, just well developed, have your personal issues worked out before you come to
decide to be on the team.
Yeah, because it's an open threshold.
Yeah.
So, and when you're entering spiritual warfare, which is included in this, that's a danger to you and to your teammates and to people that we also don't want people to learn part and then go out and try to teach others. Learn it all.
Learn it all first
before you try to teach someone else, because some people have just enough information to put themselves in danger.
And other people.
Yeah.
And, even if you don't decide to be a part of one of the teams, you still have all that knowledge, and you can, Every other tracker will
Lord,
tell
Daddy.
you if they watch another channel, they're pointing things out, saying this is wrong. Look at them, they're doing this wrong. They need, or they'll be tapping on the internet trying to help them, which some of those other channels don't want to hear anything anyway.
Yeah, most of the time they're being ignored, but
Yeah.
but we are excited that we get to have another course this year because we weren't sure if we were going to. So now the calendars open up and we can.
Make sure you're going to finish it, because we don't want to go halfway with you. And you know, there was a couple, not just this recent one, but hey,
it's been rescheduled.
Oh, okay. Not just the last course, but every course. There's been people coming up to one course left or two course left. Easy things. We're just reviewing mostly for the test.
When we know that they're ready to test out.
And they're dropping out
right before. And they'll never know how their life could have changed.
Or how close they were and
how close they were. Yeah, that's hard to compute with us. And it's also that truly, it's a trait of an effective warrior. You finish what you start.
Finish what you start. That's right. Well, let's get to the comments before we get started. Let's see who's all here. It's been a while, so we can't wait to see who's all here in the room and see what's going on with everybody. Tracker Lorna is #1 again.
Tracker Lorna. This is weird. This phone says 5:30 a.m.
No, it says 7.
Oh, it just switched.
It just switched.
Okay, weird.
So Tracker Lorna is here. She says, hi, Lead Tracker E and Jerry Williams. Well, hello, Lorna, at 4:42.
At 4:42.
I think I just put it up around that time, too.
She's
6:30. Graybeard.
I'm glad she gets her alerts.
Yeah, Graybeard coming to the room. He says, hey, I saw the thumbnail and came to say hi. Good. Back later. Hit those thumbs up, guys.
Thank you, Graybeard.
Guys. Thank you, Graybeard. Tracker Lorna saying hello to Graybeard. Shadow Tracker J is here.
Shadow Tracker
Good
J.
to see you. She says, blessing Jerry and Lead Tracker E. Judy Wheeler. Judy Wheeler is here. She says, hello, Tracker E and Jerry.
Judy.
All right. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Tracker Lorna. She also says, blessings, Graybeard. Judy Wheeler is saying hello to Tracker Lorna. And Tracker Lorna is saying hi to Shadow Tracker J. Blessings. Shadow Tracker J is also saying hello to Judy. She's saying blessings, Judy. Tracker Lorna is saying hi, Judy. And Judy is saying hello to Shadow Tracker J and to Graybeard and blessings to everyone. She also says she'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Graybeard, he's come back already. He said hello and blessings to you all. Another Watching Wednesday. Another tornado warning. I think there was something going on last time.
Was there?
I think so. Last time we had a Watching.
Just that season. Linda from Texas is here.
Linda.
How are you? Tracker L.
She's saying hello to Tracker Lorna, Graybeard, Shadow Tracker, Jay, and Judy. All right.
Tracker Lorna is saying, hey, Graybeard. Judy's saying, hola, Linda.
Hola, Linda.
Graybeard saying, hi, Lorna. God bless you. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Linda from Texas. Graybeard says, hi, Linda from Texas. Tracker Lorna says, God bless everyone. Judy Wheeler's giving love and prayers. JR says, here we go. Another Watching Wednesday extravaganza. JR. Hi, all. Tracker Lorna says, hey, hi, JR. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Linda from Texas. Judy Wheeler says, hi, JR.
Everybody say hello to everybody.
Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, JR. Graybeard says, hi, JR. Hi, Judy. Hi, Shadow Tracker J.
All right.
Linda from Texas says, hola, JR. Graybeard says, and of course, hello, Jerry and Lead Tracker E.
Well, hello, Graybeard.
Hello, Graybeard. Judy Wheeler says, blessings, Graybeard. Graybeard says, Proverbs 13:20. Thank you, Graybeard. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Thank you, Graybeard.
Isn't that the truth, though?
Shadow Tracker J says, amen. Tracker Lorna says, amen. Truth Walker is waving.
Waving or claps? Waving or claps? It's one of them.
Yeah, I was having trouble seeing those emojis.
Oh,
Judy Wheeler says amen.
Night Stars.
Says hi, guys. Tracker Lorna says hi, Truth Walker. And hi, Night Stars. Judy Wheeler says hi, Truth Walker.
Everybody saying hello.
Shadow Tracker J says blessings, Truth Walker. And yes, we do read all these as much as we can. Night Star says hi, Tracker Lorna. Shadow Tracker J says blessings, Night Stars. Judy says hi, Night Stars. Night Star says hi, Judy. Truth Walker says Tracker Lorna, Night Stars, Judy, Shadow Tracker, Jay, Graybeard, and Waving. Those must, yeah, those are waves. Night Star says hi, Truth Walker. And hi, Graybeard and Linda from Texas. Linda says hola, Night Stars and Truth Walker. Truth Walker says hey, Linda. Judy says shared. Oh, thank you, Judy. You're so good about sharing.
Oh, thank you.
Graybeard says hi, Night Stars, Truth Walker, and anyone else I may have missed. I know I have trouble keeping up, getting the names typed quick enough. So that's why I say welcome all.
Yeah.
Hi all.
Look who's here.
Hey, Scott says hello there, Jerry and Lead Tracker E. We've been thinking about you, Scott.
Yeah, sure have.
Tracker Lorna says hi, Scott. Graybeard says hi, Scott. Judy says hello, Scott.
Everybody saying hi, Scott.
Shadow Tracker J's blessings to Scott. And Scott says hi, Tracker Lorna, Graybeard and Judy. And Shadow Tracker J, blessings to you as well. Graybeard says if you're interested, go ahead and do it. Talking about the course. Thank you, Graybeard. Now he's somebody that said I'm going to suspend my judgment and I'm just going to take in the information and then I'll decide.
I'll decide.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to.
It was, and he's been recommending the course ever since. So that tells you that.
Mm-hmm.
Scott says I will stop back in a while. I have a phone call. Okay, Scott.
Okay.
Shadow Tracker J says there's always a Judas in a group. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah.
Hey, Bernard.
Bernard
says greetings. Almost missed another great show. We're glad you didn't. How's that drone working out, Bernard? Tracker Lorna says, yeah, he's good with them. Oh. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Bernard.
Like a real drum?
Drone.
Oh, drone. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you're good with the drums too.
Mm-hmm.
Graybeard says, hello, Bernard. Judy saying hello to Bernard. Shadow Tracker Jason sending blessings to Bernard. We're always glad to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard says, hello, Tracker. It's good to see you.
Look who's here.
There's Lead Tracker E's channel. My channel. I hate when people talk about themselves in third person. I accidentally just did it.
She says, welcome,
That's
everyone.
our small. They're both our channels. That's the small channel. But growing.
She says Proverbs 13:20.
Yeah, but Graybeard I didn't know Graybeard had already put it in there. I'm glad he did.
Okay. So looks like we can get.
I must have had a hot flash. My glasses just steamed up.
All right, so tonight we're going to be watching some people who have access to kids' minds.
Yeah.
To the minds of children, and they're filling these minds with the wrong information, which is putting them into danger, even if they don't know it. When you kid or joke around about something that's serious, kids won't take it serious.
Yeah.
But if you stress that this is a serious matter, if these things are out there, and if you don't know for your own self, if you've never seen them yourself, get these books, read these books, watch this channel, go back for years of information. Look at the photos that we have, look at the videos that we have. They are real. They're here. They're around everybody. There's not been one place that we haven't scouted or tracked that we hadn't found.
No, not if there's any foliage whatsoever.
Yeah, signs, tracks, photos of them, video of them, missing pets, missing people, missing livestock, you know, just
Wildlife.
constant signs. Yeah, the depletion of the wildlife. And that's when it's also getting serious. And, you know, if there's no wildlife, they're still hungry, and they are cannibals. They will eat each other, but eventually, they're going to want. It's like somebody eating a cheeseburger, all, you know, for a month.
They'd rather there be more of them than of us, so they'd rather eat everything else.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop them from eating each other if need be.
If need be, yeah. The big ones eat the little ones. They pay homage.
We're going to watch bits of 2 different shows, both revolving around children. The first one was sent by Shadow Tracker J, and it's making a joke out of the whole thing. And in both of these, one thing they also have in common is they're both confusing. They both give conflicting information. A child is going to come out more confused after this, or just fully thinking that these are not predators and they're nothing to worry about, something to cuddle up and hug like a teddy bear, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jody, thank you very much. She says, best channel on YouTube. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Jody. Tracker J.A.
Tracker J.A. Wow. Great Bear saying hello to Jody.
Always glad to see Jody.
And Tracker Lorna saying hello to Jody with hearts in her eyes. And that starts saying hi, Jody, and hi, Bernard. And Tracker Lorna saying hi, Jody. Now it started saying hi, Scott. Look at that. And thank you again so much, Jody. We really do appreciate
you. And we're glad you're in here.
Yeah, we're glad you're here.
Another fine tracker.
Yes. Oh my goodness. She's got some things going on, but she's getting information and she's taking her precautions, her deterrent steps.
Takes it seriously.
I just wish there was more trackers in everyone's area.
We're getting
there. We're getting there, but I wish we could grow faster and have more trackers out there. And those courses take at least 4 months.
Yeah.
Every Thursday for 4 months.
But we also want quality over quantity.
Yeah, and that's the
quantity of quality would be great, but if we have to choose.
And that's one of the biggest problems is, you know, we've had people who wanted to take the course. We're like, well, they're not. We don't think that they're ready, as far as spiritually ready. Their faith is not strong enough. You know, they use foul language a lot, or they use a spirit box, or they teach wrong. I mean, it's good to teach them right so that they can teach right, but still.
Or they think some are good, some are bad.
Yeah. Some are vegetarian, some are not.
Like,
no.
An exorcist saying some demons are good, some are bad.
Yeah. And Judy is saying hello to Jody. So we can grow as fast as we can grow, but we want quality. Quantity is just.
God will get us there.
Yeah. We got to be patient. God is patient with us, so we have to be patient. But if we can, and our trackers, you know, it's good if you got people interested, you know, we can help train them, get them. Of course, if you vouch for them, we will accept them, no question, because you vouch for them. But other people,
but you're going to hear about it from us if they're.
We have one who was vouching or suggesting, but then they said, "No, I don't think that they're ready."
Yeah, maybe not. It just needs to be a good fit. So you know what we're like. You know what.
But we're glad they told us
what we teach.
Yeah, you know exactly what we do and what we teach. So make sure they're a good fit for us and that they're ready and that they've got. It's just every Thursday.
There is some
maybe 2 or 3 hours. Yeah. But that homework is very important.
Totally doable. The last team we had, and if y'all didn't see it, go back and watch the graduation ceremony of the last class. But we had one tracker in there, Kelly, who she's now Thunder Tracker Kelly. She was going advancing through nursing school. She's already a nurse, but taking more classes.
while
at the same
working,
time of doing this
while
and
watching
taking care of
grandchildren,
grandchildren.
and doing tracking because she
If-
cares about her family.
If you have the desire to do that, if you have that kind of motivation,
And there's already been stories of trackers who, you know, even the youngest tracker that we got, that's, you know, schoolwork, you know, home life.
yeah, no kidding. That's also a
Everything,
lot of
homework.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be there every Thursday to learn more information, and now,
And loving it, and would say, class is already over.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we build our family that way.
Yeah.
Everybody knows each other. We're there talking to each other. We're getting those answers to any question that pertains to that subject for that time. And
We
don't
need more
worry.
people out west too.
Yeah, we do. We need more Spanish speaking in the South.
Yeah.
Because these creatures are everywhere, and so we need people everywhere being able to help and teach. But we also want you to be safe.
And we do still have 2 people that will be added to the team just as soon as they finish up. They've got this month.
Yeah, we got 1 month to help them get through it.
And we know they both be good.
Great trackers. Yeah.
One we know will be great. One we're just learning about, but we're relatively certain they will be very good.
Yeah, ex-military. So
yeah. Okay, we ready?
Hold on. Jody says, just got in. Glad to catch you guys live and watching Wednesday.
You got here just in time.
Just in time, as always.
So the first one we're going to watch tonight is the Steve and Maggie show. Oh, with fair use. Fair use. Do we have that thing?
Yeah.
Fair use. Anything we put up on here is just to teach people mostly what not to do. At first we were saying if they do something right, we'll point it out. If they do something wrong, but there's sure a lot more wrong. And we have our BS bell sent to us by Shadow Trucker Jay. If we hear something really wrong, we'll ring that bell. We'll try to remember to ring that bell. Sometimes we get a little caught up and ka-flint.
Yeah. Sometimes we just.
And we have our pointer sticks, our handy dandy mini blind pointer sticks. So here we go.
Hold on, we're gonna put this up for everybody. This
fair
is
use.
The fair use copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism,
check,
comment,
check,
news reporting,
yeah, kind of,
teaching,
check,
scholarship, and research. None of those. I meant those last 2. But it is a teaching tool. There is some comments and criticism on doing things wrong. And here's also another fair use copyright law.
And our only purpose is we want your children to come home to you every evening. We want you to come home to your families every evening. If you're alone, we still want you to be there, living life and enjoying life. We want you to enjoy nature, but we want you to do it safely.
So I'm gonna hit the lights and then
you get those and I'll get this.
Okay. So we're gonna turn this around so you can see what we're looking at.
Where is Elastic Machinery and 1.7?
There's 1.7. Jody Albright is saying hi, not star, Shadow Tracker Jay, Great Beard, Tracker Lorna, Judy Wheeler, and everyone else. All right. I had to pull this up so we're real close to the screen.
So this episode is called Camping with Bigfoot Story for Kids from Steve and Maggie. Maggie is the little magpie up there, and Steve is that bright-looking gentleman on the left. And he's trying to do an entertaining children's show, but he shouldn't be doing it about. And this was 3 years ago, and it's still going. So children have been learning this foolishness for years. And Yeah, we apologize for Maggie's voice. It's not easy to listen to. The whole thing's not easy to listen to.
Truthwalker says, "Hey Jody," and Night Star says, "Yeah, where is 1-7?"
And
Yeah,
your children's IQs will go down as they watch this.
yeah. So parents can watch this, but don't let your kids watch this stuff. But we can learn from it of what not to do.
We ready?
Mm-hmm.
Bigfoot! Hi! Hi! Bigfoot's coming! Bigfoot's coming! Hi! Oh, why do I have to carry everything? Oh, hello, boys and girls. Is Maggie here? What? She was scared of Bigfoot? Oh, I am Bigfoot.
We don't joke about Bigfoot, if you haven't noticed. And we encourage you not to joke about Bigfoot either. We also don't do practical jokes, not here and not in the field. Not when it comes to stuff like trying to scare people. Number one, it sucks the energy out of people. And there's a lot of little videos that are all about pranks that genuinely scare people. It's not cool. It's a little cracking. It's traumatizing. It has nothing to do with having a sense of humor or not having a sense of humor. Some pranks are just mean-spirited and they deplete a person's energy for no good reason. It makes them jumpy. It makes them ignore eventually, like the little boy who cried wolf. If there really were something going on and you're just in the habit of scaring them, and we've even seen that in some of these videos, if you're just scaring them all the time, they're not going to take you serious on the day that you need them to take you serious. So don't joke like this. It's also a good way to get shot or punched.
Sure is, especially punched.
Hey, Maggie, why are you hiding in the bin? What? Hey, who? Oh, it's not Bigfoot. It's you. Oh, Maggie, Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Why is he? Well, the gist of this little show is like he's trying to say it doesn't exist the whole time, but this is still going to ring in a kid's ears, even if later you'll see what happens. Jerry hasn't watched it, but I have, and the Bigfoot's peeking around all around him through the whole thing, and the whole joke is he's saying it doesn't exist, but here it does. But it's still confusing to a child, especially with some of these stupid songs that they sing, and it's just confusing to a child.
Yeah, to say that Bigfoot doesn't exist when, you know, there's
He has no clue.
Let's go ahead and I want to show this video real fast. I want to show this video real fast.
Okay.
Man, this guy's saying Bigfoot doesn't exist. So they're teaching these children this. And we're going to show you part of the Bigfoot documentary of a Bigfoot in a tree. Just in case anyone watches this and, you know, they're going to say, well, they don't have any video or photos of them, which we do. We have plenty more photos and video, but we're going to take a second and show you a Bigfoot in a tree. And this guy is saying, he's telling children that it doesn't exist, but here's a Bigfoot in a tree. You'll see it in the circle. It's chomping its mouth. It's just the white part because the rest of it's black, but you'll see it.
So it's hiding in the darkness, and this is how they come in all different kinds of colors, but they're going to blend in with their surroundings. I mean, we're all used to this with other creatures. This should not be a surprise.
The stench of a wet dog, rotting flesh, blood, mixed with the stink of a tarantula, or rotting snakes, or no scent. The Bigfoot being observed here is herding deer to us. Through observation of humans, the Bigfoot can separate hikers from hunters, weapons or no weapons, a hunter or a hunter of Bigfoots. Trackers observe baseline to tree line first. We use the shadows. We go tree to tree or bush to bush, blending into our environment. The shadows are very important to read. It is called shadow language, distinguishing shadow upon shadow. If your visual or sense of smell do not pick up the predators, your body is made of feelings and sensors to protect you spiritually and physically. Your feelings and senses will tell you where the predator is located. If the predator is behind you, you will feel the hair on the back of the neck. If the predator is on the right or left, goose pimples, shivers, or wind will be on that same side. To locate the predator, turn towards the place of the first feeling. This is the first alert for warriors that war is here.
Being the lead tracker for the
So there was a Bigfoot in the tree just right there. And this guy who's got the minds of the children, because the children are going to watch these cartoons, and parents may even let them watch this as, you know, something to occupy the children. So this guy's on here saying Bigfoot doesn't exist, but they do. And they are out there. They do take people. They do eat people. They eat everything that is out there. They don't bake cakes. They don't grow gardens. They will take from a garden.
But they're not vegetarians.
Yeah, they're not vegetarians. They will eat vegetables, but they will eat everything. But they are carnivores.
They'll
They
eat sewage.
Yeah, they'll eat sewage, human sewage, animal sewage, their own sewage, and still got protein in it. So these things are just consumers of everything. They will eat everything. You can always find, you know, signs around cattle ranches and horse ranches, sheep ranches. Wherever there is food, wherever there's a food supply, you're going to find these things.
Pets, where people are feeding their pets outdoors.
Dumpsters,
Trash
homeless
cans.
people, stray pets. They will leave a couple just to not cause a sense of panic. When you notice that all the animals are gone, that causes panic. So they will leave a couple, and those squirrels, those rabbits, those will be the ones in your front yard, those deer in the backyard. They're not only looking for safety from you, but the Bigfoots will keep them in an area or push them or keep them around homes and stuff so you don't panic. You say, oh yeah, I seen a squirrel yesterday. I seen a fox 2 days ago. I seen a rabbit just the other day. Where? Near the house. They have that whole entire forest. They don't need to be by the house.
Yeah, that's not normal for them to be up there by you.
If you've got deer coming in and you're thinking, oh, they come in every night. Yeah, they're coming in because that's where the lights are. That's where people are who possibly may have a gun that can keep some of these predators away. But that's not normal to have animals around a human's home, because the animals know that humans hunt for food also. There's no reason for animals to be coming up to your yard, or deer in your yard, or rabbits in your yard, or squirrels in the tree right next to your home.
And if you're intentionally feeding the wildlife and drawing them in closer to your home, you're not doing them a service. You're teaching them to congregate in an area where they just become easy prey.
And
God provides for the wildlife's needs. He doesn't need you to help feed the birds, for instance. It may be fun to flock in, but make it a little more adventurous and use your binoculars to spot the birds. Don't lure them all to your yard where they're going to be easy prey.
And small predators bring bigger predators.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that's a rabbit, cute Kelly rabbit, you're going to find there's going to be a fox behind it or a coyote behind it. Behind that, you're going to have a bigger wolf or a coyote. And behind that, you're going to have a predator Bigfoot. They follow each other.
Just like if you think of the fish, the smaller one being taken by the larger, and on and on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
But it's you! Oh, Maggie, Bigfoot doesn't exist. It does exist! No, it doesn't, Maggie. It does! It looks like that!
What they're showing now is variations which these are, there
They
are,
do literally exist.
yeah, and different variations. And this guy's saying, no, no, no. But there are actually different variations. And if you had the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior's Path, it explains why there's different variations. They all don't look like Harry and Henderson. Some are even an inch tall. Some are a foot tall. Some are 40 foot tall. There's different variations, different sizes. But whatever,
All predators.
and they're all predators.
So scary. Yes! Stop it, stop it, stop it, Maggie. Bigfoot doesn't exist. Hey, let's get ready to
Got him moonwalking and smiling like it's a big joke.
Yeah.
camp here for tonight. Yeah! That was delicious. Thank you, Maggie. Let's sing the song. I believe in Bigfoot. Let's believe in Bigfoot. Is he here? He's not there. Bigfoot could be anywhere. Maggie, that's a nice song, but Bigfoot doesn't exist. Anyway, it's
So this is reinforcing into the mind of a child that the adult is saying it doesn't exist. The fake little bird is the one who is the subordinate or the lesser. So the parent or the grown one or the authoritative figure is looking down on him. He's lower, of course, and saying Bigfoot doesn't exist. And, you know, when the children come up and say, I've seen something out there, Harry, they're like, oh, are you sure you seen it? Or they'll say, tell the truth and quit lying. Or you didn't see it. That was probably a bear. It was probably a 7-foot possum.
Right? Literally, we've had someone be told that.
Yeah, we had somebody be told that at one time. But this is reinforcing into every child who watches this video. They're reinforcing that Bigfoot doesn't exist, which is going to get them harmed, taken, or even eaten if the children go out into the forest and not be aware of their surroundings or know that there are predators out there. This is a very dangerous TV.
And yeah, and they'll think it's okay to just sit there and cook up the food right there next to the Bigfoot camp.
And as we say, you don't eat where you sleep, because that food, that scent, is going to draw them right to your tent.
People think nothing of listening to advice about deterring bears and being safe with bears about how you would do it, but they make a big joke out of it when it's Bigfoot.
And with the trackers, we tell them have 2 camps. One where you're going to be camping out doing whatever you need to do out there. But the other camp is where you eat, you talk loud. If you're going to do a night observation in some place like that. But we also don't want you camping in a tent. We want you in a camper, or you can even do a night observation at a cabin, you know, someplace secure where you would have weapons and things like that.
Even the campers can get tossed around. Someone that recently got a hold of us, that happened with his, but it is safer than a tent, which we know people that have gotten drug up mountains in their tents like a burrito.
Yeah, and another trailer was shaken, and he had said that it had to be at least 12 foot tall to shake it from the top.
Yeah, and he said until he found our channel, and he ordered all the books, and until he found our channel, this was many years. Tough guy, not typically scared of anything, but until he found our book, he didn't realize it or start putting the puzzle pieces together of what had happened to him.
So we got to listen for all this reinforcing that this guy is doing, which is jeopardizing the lives of children.
You know, I also don't like even the song where the bird is singing, I believe in Bigfoot. I don't like that either, because that's almost like a chant for when you believe in something. It's like, I just don't like that word. I don't like that wording, you know.
Yeah.
I wish they would have at least put that a different way. So it's, yeah, not conjuring, not making it like it's something good.
Yeah.
Bedtime. Okay. Night night, Steve. Night night, Maggie. Hey, boys and girls, isn't Maggie silly? She thinks Bigfoot is real. Well, let's play.
Teaching people to make fun, you know, let's call them silly. Let's call them.
As soon as that Maggie's back was turned up.
Yeah, he taught the children to talk about her.
So now the children be like, oh, that one's
Another bad message.
oh my goodness. So, and this is what children will do later. Once someone
Sure they
leaves,
will.
they're going to say, oh, they were talking Bigfoot. They were, oh, that kid's crazy, or, you
Yeah.
know, let's make fun of that kid. And they go around going, oh, Bigfoot, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So he's teaching how to talk about people behind their back as well.
Literally, yeah.
A joke on her. Watch this. Are you ready?
He said, let's play a joke on her. We don't joke in the field. We don't joke about this. This can, you don't want to be out there with trackers and people with weapons joking around like this, trying to scare them.
You get somebody hurt. You wouldn't do it in the military.
You sure wouldn't do it in the military, especially in the occupied area that you might be in. You don't joke around like that. And some people, you know, if they came out, you get into a fist fight, or the camp would be over.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, you're going to joke and play around like that? We're leaving. You can stay here by yourself if you want. We're not going to be a part of this.
You'll either get somebody hurt or they won't believe you when you mean it.
Yeah, if you come back later, say, I seen a Bigfoot like behind that tree where his left hand is. I seen a Bigfoot out there. Everybody say, whatever, he's joking around again.
Isn't he silly?
Or they'll have other names for him.
Yeah.
And so this guy, you know, even if he did see something out there, nobody would believe him, and which would jeopardize everyone again. Because not believing him, and there is actually one or multiple out there. If you see one, there's going to be more.
He's just not setting a very good example for how people should treat each other.
No.
And we know one's a bird, one's, you know, whatever, but you get our point.
Yeah.
Joke on her. Watch this. Are you ready? Bigfoot! Bigfoot's here! Bigfoot sounds like it's Bigfoot! It's Bigfoot!
Like, honestly, and people play pranks on others, they don't know if they have, you got to think about things like people who have asthma, people who have anxiety, people who have heart troubles, pacemakers, blood pressure problems, people who have been traumatized in the past. You don't know. These are just not a childish mind plays these kind of pranks. Not childlike, but a childish, ignorant person.
And if you're around serious people who know when you come in and do something like that, you'd either be asked to leave or you would have been made to leave. Or the camp would be over. If it was us, we're like, let's just head out. This is not the place for us. This guy is obviously he's never seen one, and he doesn't know what's going on. We're not going to be a part of this, and we would head out. And if they want to stay there, that's fine with them.
Imagine doing that in a native village 100 years ago.
No, you would have got.
There would be nothing taken as humorous about that.
No, and you know, back in those days, you weren't joking when things like that, because there were predators out there. There were giants out there. There still are, but they're not as aggressive as they were. They're more cunning now. They're more calculative. They know when to that opportunity to take somebody as a parent.
We've told y'all before about someone that we personally know that wanted a Bigfoot, tried to snatch him out of the bathroom window. He was in the tub and it reached in the window and tried to snatch him out of the tub when he was a little boy. You know, 5 decades later, and he still shakes and is suffering with PTSD when he tries to retell the story.
And if this guy was doing all this around that person's anxiety would shoot through the roof.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And he would get nervous.
Well, I can see he'd be mad about this.
Also with
show.
Fred from Alaska.
Yeah.
The guys who panicked, and when you don't know and you finally get in that situation and you know that your food that you can be eaten, that these things are big and that they will, and they look at you like
they hate you.
You're a meal.
Yeah.
That you're what they want to eat. One of the guys that Fred was with went underneath the only small table that was in that small cabin, urinated on himself, wouldn't come out, was froze there. And to have somebody like this
make a joke out of it
and come inside and say, oh, there's a Bigfoot out there, that guy would have that trauma right back. He would clam back up, and this guy's just joking and laughing. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Yeah. But that would have totally fear all the way through someone who has had an experience like that.
Not cool.
And Fred, he was able to handle it. He was the one, only one who kept his composure and knew that he had to get his weapon and had to use it. But the other ones, they couldn't manage that.
People have different coping skills, different experiences.
And if you're not trained, if you don't have that already have that information that these things are real, that when it looks at you and it looks at you like, I'm going to eat you, you're what I'm about to eat and rip apart, but if you have the information and you know what to do, you're going to raise that weapon slowly.
But if all you've ever watched is stupid shows like this, or these
children
are the
would
things
freak
that you've
out.
heard,
learning from this guy, and then actually seeing a predator come out of the woods.
Yeah, they're not going to be prepared.
No, they would be frozen stiff. Their eyes would be so big.
And wasting valuable time of, wait a minute, I was told they weren't real, or wait a minute, the only ones I saw looked like big smiling teddy bears. Or
they would freeze up, and the predator would walk up, pick them up, and take them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know how they couldn't scream, they couldn't run. They would freeze up because this guy's saying what's standing in front of him is not real.
And to laugh.
But when this thing comes walking out of the woods, because it knows that child is alone,
This man here, he's probably never spent a day in the woods himself.
No, he's probably from the city somewhere. But this is all a set thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie! I tricked you! Oh, silly Steve! Bigfoot.
Now he's the other one's scared, and this is a real life situation.
Yeah, happens all the time.
He said, I was just kidding. I tricked you. Ha ha ha. I made you scared. You're so funny. That could cause a fight too.
Sure.
I mean, I could see, and especially if you scared someone who's been
cause
in
other
a situation.
Kids to start bullying them.
Yeah, but if you, like the guy who was with Fred, you cause him to be scared like that, and then turn around and say, I scared you. I just tricked you. I'm just playing.
This is what you call lowbrow humor. This not wit. It's not clever. It's not totally different. This is not. This is mean-spirited humor.
Yeah, and like we said, if you're not prepared for what you may see.
You see TikTok videos now where parents are scaring their kids and then blasting it on, to get views and clicks. And I'm like, man, why would you do that? That's twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We ain't gonna get to that one if we don't.
Is it real? It's real. Come on, let's get some sleep.
Well, go to sleep. You've just been scared. Go to sleep.
And again, he reinforced by saying Bigfoot isn't real. That's the third reinforcement.
At least.
And he's going to continue to do this so that the children get the reinforcement that it's not real.
At the very least, they'll be confused.
And you can make fun of someone who does know it's real.
Yeah.
Hey, my turn to play a trick on Steve now. Come with me. This'll be a good trick. Hey, look at my shadow. Oh, bigger, bigger, bigger. Perfect. I am Bigfoot. What's going on? Oh, it's Bigfoot. It really is.
Now you got the other one doing it to the other one. So both, and even though he's pretending, another child would actually get scared too.
Yeah, and the other one's out there in the dark.
And he's
By
teaching
himself.
revenge also.
Yeah,
If someone plays a trick on you, you get back at them.
that's not good messaging.
That's no, and you don't want to teach children to be that way. You know, break that friendship, you know, walk away from whoever that is. You don't have to be friends with everybody in the world. That person doesn't have to be your friend. You can choose your friends, and that's what makes a good relationship is you choose your friends.
Yeah.
You don't just let anybody be your friend. You choose them because they're worthy to be your friend. But if this video is teaching you how to revenge, scare each other, ridicule each other, talk about each other, you know, this is not a good example or anything that I would want any children watching as far as a teaching or even a learning thing.
So we're going to scroll forward on this because it's just more of this same stupidity.
Okay.
Oh, this irritated me. You'll see in a second.
So he's sleeping outside now?
I'll make
Yeah.
Steve believe in Bigfoot, the little Maggie magic. Abracadabra!
So he just taught him to do magic and to summon something up.
To conjure, to use something.
This is what's babysitting some people's children.
And
It's Bigfoot! It's Bigfoot, Steve! It's Bigfoot! It's Bigfoot! It's Bigfoot!
Not realizing that abracadabra actually does come from the past. Some people try to say that it means to create with words and say that it is a Christian term. It's not. It's it means actually to use words to perish. In any event, it's, you know, it's more the witchcraft for the children. Some people might say, oh man, you take everything too seriously. Okay, whatever. I was a witch, I know.
And there's, we know of another tracker who had his father and his father's girlfriend wrapped up in a tent and drug up a mountain.
He made a joke about it.
And he was joking and laughing about it. But this thing
He
pulled
yeah.
two of them.
Yeah.
Not just one person, but
Like
two
a
people.
to-go bag.
Yeah, it was the go bag.
And try to say, you know, some they're mischievous or they're curious or no, they're trying to abduct your father and the girlfriend, and you are unwise, a foolish man, like our proverb
And
said.
that same tracker, he's Army Ranger or ex-Army Ranger. He also had a face-to-face encounter, except he was in his truck. And when he looked up, he seen the size of the face and everything when he reached for his weapon that the Bigfoot took off. But he also took off, started his vehicle up and peeled out of there. But the main thing is that he had taken two other people in there to this area that was occupied. he left them in their tent when he took off, and he went to town, you know, sped into town. He called his own father, and his own father said, come home. But because he's also soiled himself, but he left those two people that he took out that he was supposed to be protecting.
Can you imagine?
And that's an Army Ranger running from these things.
Do we have that? Did I see that picture a while ago when Jose had walked by the sides of that face?
Which one?
Did I see that earlier?
No, that was
Okay, we'll keep going.
okay.
So anyway, yeah, I always got to throw a little bit of witchcraft in there.
Is real. He is there. Oh, Bigfoot! Now Steve believes in Bigfoot.
How much better would it be to teach them, like in our book, Monster Spotters, about how the prey and the predators all come to the water, and you got to be particularly careful near the water. And you can teach your children and still have fun, but just like you teach them, there's a stranger danger or whatever.
Yeah.
Teach them about these kind of dangers too. You teach them to be careful of bears. You teach them to be careful of wild dogs, human predators. This is just one more thing to add to
Teach them about snakes.
their knowledge. Yeah, scorpions, spiders. It's your responsibility.
That was delicious. Thank you, Maggie.
Let's sing the song. I believe in Bigfoot.
Oh, no, no.
I can't listen to that again. Anyway, it's just more of the same.
That really scared me then. Come on, let's go back to the tent and get some sleep.
I just want Steve to believe in Bigfoot.
Nighty-night. Thanks for the teddy bear.
Oh, there we go. So it's stealing children's toys. We addressed that in the book because they do steal children's toys. And then they take those toys to other children.
And they use them, and they'll put them by the wood line.
Sure.
So the children come out to the wood
Oh,
line.
it left me a gift. Well, where'd you get that gift?
Or he'll take their, if you have the Monster Spotters book, the children's book, you'll see that we talk about that, and that these things will get their toys, put them by the edge of the tree lines, getting that to lure the children out.
Yeah.
Or the puppies that are in the tree line to lure children to the wood line.
Yeah, and it'll lure
Yeah.
naive adults in as well. Oh, wow. How did they know that I love feathers? How did they know that I love crystals or whatever? We've even had an adult on one of the earlier Watching Wednesdays that was excited to find the toy cars and things like that.
Yeah.
Bones. They knew that I had an interest in any bones that I would find when I was researching on my own, because I would pick them up and inspect them, try to see the tooth marks and things. I don't collect any of the bones anymore. And so then they started leaving me bones, and there's a longer story about that, but I'll tell that another time. So they're going to set a personal trap just for you. And also in this case, it's like, oh, sweet Bigfoot, he loves teddy bears too.
I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in Bigfoot. No, Bigfoot, shut up. You can't scare me like that, Steve.
Maggie, can you pass me my rucksack, please? Thank you.
Yanny, whoa! Look, silly Steve made more Bigfoot footprints. How many did he make? One.
Believe in Bigfoot. I don't believe in Bigfoot. Oh, look. Maggie's made some Bigfoot footprints to scare me.
And that's it right there. You joke around too much.
Now he thinks it's not real.
And then when something does show up, proof like that,
they're just playing a trick.
Playing the trick on me again. Well, we're not going to fall for that.
It's common sense, folks.
Oh, hey, how many did she make? 1, 2, 60, 70, 80. Oh, hey, Maggie, did you really make all these Bigfoot footprints?
No, you made the footprint.
I didn't make them.
There you go.
Cried wolf one too many times.
That's enough. That's enough of this one.
Yeah, we'll get to the next one. This is just.
You get the idea. And that's, you know, that was 3 years ago and it's still going strong. Let's see.
We'll get to the next one real fast, and we'll also catch up on the comments. How about that? Well, we're looking for that one. Let's see. Says, where did he put those earplugs?
Oh, isn't that voice awful?
Yeah, we could use them too for the, just, you know, we just can't listen to people like that either. Jody says, hi, Truth Walker. Track Lauren says, oh my, or oh my, this is so wrong. It sure is. And Graybeard also reminded us that, yes, they are around the fish farms too.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly from Kelly Child in Most High says,
Kelly made it in.
wow, so ludicrous to me. My grandchildren absolutely will never watch this. Prayers, peace, love, and light to all.
Hey, Kelly.
Good job, Kelly. And Kelly's a grandmother who just graduated from the tracking course. We're very proud of her. Yeah, that's that one.
Okay, found it.
The Night Star says, this video is so strange. Why would you make a video if you don't think Bigfoot doesn't exist? It's like an atheist. Why are you so mad at someone who doesn't exist?
Right.
You're right. You're right.
There's Roz. Oh, no.
Let me respond to this real fast. Ship Ross is here?
No. You were on a different screen. I thought it was a comment on that. Give us just a second. So the next show that we're going to watch is called Best of Bigfoot with Aubrey and Caleb. Will they find the Sasquatch? The name of the program is Fun and Crazy Crew with a K. And it was a year ago. It's got 744,000 views. It's a mom, a dad, and her children. And and this is a mom who's taking time she's wanting to spend time with the kids, do something fun with them. This ain't the way. Find another way to have fun with your child. And don't put this kind of wrong information out to other children. In this one, the children are sharper than the mother.
Graybeard says, hello, Kelly, Child of the Most High. I just want to look at something real fast. Over here.
Deborah Mueller's in here.
Deborah Mueller.
Did you see her in there?
Not yet. We'll get to that. But guess who else is here or was here? Jim sharing some valuable information.
Thank you for that comment. Thank you, Jim.
And Jim says 50% of my platoon was ripped apart by these.
There you go, right there. And people are making a joke out of it for the children.
And people know
that is a valuable comment, Jim. Thank you very much. Next we have Graybeard says, yes, Night Stars. Kelly says, hi, Graybeard, jumped on during my break. Glad you could.
Hey, good job, Kelly.
Graybeard says, hi, Life's Adventures. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Kelly. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Kelly. Life's Adventure says, hi, Graybeard. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Life's Adventures. Night Star says, yeah, Jim, I heard your testimony. Pretty heavy. It sure was. And thank you for your service, too, by the way. Kelly says, hello to all. Graybeard says, I haven't heard it yet, but we'll look for it. Life's Adventures. Jim says, hello, Lorna. JR says, good to see you, Jim. Jim says, hi, Night Stars. And Lorna says, hi, Life's Adventures. I think, oh, there's more. Life's Adventure says, hey, JR. Kelly says, I don't like any of it. Nope, 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 neither do we. Jim says, hello, Shadow Tracker. Night Star says, that's so mean. Night Star says, hi, Kelly. Life's Adventure says, I would take him on a 1-week hunt near where I was stationed. I guarantee he would want his mommy. Thank you. Please do. Graybeard says, I have suspicions of people who choose to be around children and teach rude behavior. Who knows? Shadow Tracker J says, I hate to see adults scaring children. I do too.
Oh, yeah.
The world is scary enough for them. There's enough real things for them to learn to protect themselves against without unnecessarily making them afraid of things. Graybeard says, this guy has Como vibes. JR says, this guy would go bug out crazy if he can't by himself out in the real wild. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Life's Adventure says, Bigfoot is not cute and cuddly. Absolutely not.
Sure not.
Graybeard says, English dude, typical witch. Life's Adventure says, have a great night, Jerry, and the rest of you. God bless all you. God bless you too, Jim. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by and especially for that comment that you gave.
Wow.
Graybeard says, good night, Life's Adventures. I mean, what more do you need to know, people? They were crazy well-armed, state-of-the-art weapons, and half of them got ripped apart by these creatures.
And eaten.
And these were experienced. These weren't just
regular army.
These were special.
These are special group.
Graybeard says, good night, Life's Adventures. Tracker Lorna says, have a good night, Jim. Shadow Tracker J says, good night, Life's Adventures. Judy says, good night, Jim. Everybody glad to see Jim. Judy Wheeler says, this is just horrible for children to watch. Yep.
It is. And that's why we couldn't watch too much of it.
Can't stand seeing a soy boy teaching children.
Oh,
Judy Wheeler says, trying to teach a new generation of disinformation. That's it in a nutshell.
Sure
Judy.
is.
And, you know, either he's just too dumb to know or doesn't, but to teach on a subject, you know.
Yeah.
Tracker Lorna says, very sad. Truthwalker says, Maggie the Magpie sounds more like a crow to me. Oh, it's an awful voice. Judy Wheeler says that screeching voice. She agrees too. You know, it kind of reminds me of Edith Bunker. Kelly says, thank you. So grateful to be part of this journey with you all. We're glad you're here with us. Judy says, hi, Kelly. Kelly says, hi, Judy. Kelly says, amen, Judy. And we're caught up on that. So let's watch Best of Bigfoot with Aubrey and Caleb. And you can already see by the photo that there's going to be some foolishness going on.
Yeah, you already got the fake outfit here. So you already know what's pretty much, but this is apparent.
So even if they don't scare their children with this, and I watched a good portion of this, this is directed for other children, those 744,000 views there in 1 year.
Wow.
And the children that are watching are going to think, if they do see something, oh, it's just a dude in a costume.
is their fresh tracks leading up to our cabin. They're coming out of the woods.
Oh, this wood line's way too close, and this is in the Broken Bow area. For those of you that know War Chief, you know his experience at Broken Bow. We've done several videos and tracks at Broken Bow. It's an absolute hot spot. Very dangerous predators there. And so here we are. We're at a cute little cabin rented right up next to the wood line. Playscape right by the wood line. Bows, watch for the bows. You guys know what they look like by now. We'll hit them with our pointer sticks too. But so mom's making a little adventure show with this precious
I want to see if I can find
couple of kids.
that one track that we found out there at Broken Bow.
Oh, okay. And if we'll interrupt with that when we find it. But if she really knew what was out there, she would pick another subject.
Hey guys, it is Fun and Crazy Kids, and we are in the cabin. And guess what?
Bigfoot is here.
Bigfoot is here.
Yeah,
We heard all kinds of crazy noises last night, so we're gonna.
Now that part, we got the impression that was true, that they really did hear the noises that night, because she talks about it later on. We may not get to that part, but they really did hear noises, and there really are bows there and everything. But then they mix it in with fake hair that they've planted, and it's just, again, it's just confusing for children. They're lying, and children are going to get hurt, or adults too.
Go investigate the woods. Did you hear those Bigfoot noises? Okay, so we're gonna go check around the house. Are you? So you're making breakfast?
Okay, Dad.
Okay.
You stay here and say if Bigfoot is going anywhere, okay?
You gotta keep your eyes open. Okay, let's go look. Aubrey is still asleep. She's missing out on looking for Bigfoot.
This is what we're gonna pull at Bigfoot.
You're gonna throw that at Bigfoot? Okay,
You
that's a
get
good.
the blue one.
Okay. Okay, come on. Let's
Big
go downstairs.
Joe.
Wait. We have to look around the house first.
Look how close that wood line is, and look how dead that. Those of you that know, that shouldn't be all of that brown like that.
No.
Okay, here is the jacuzzi. I heard something in the jacuzzi last night. Did you? Wait, guys, before we lift this up,
Oh, it smells so good.
make sure to click the like button. Hey guys, 3, 2, 1. All right, okay, ready? Ah! Oh, woo! Oh, it's foggy. We should totally get in there.
Right now.
Okay, so I heard something in here last night. Do you see any like Bigfoot hair?
That thing needs a lock on it with little kids running around like that. If he climbed in there or leaned over in there or fell in there, and that lid, it's just, that should have a lock unless the parents are unlocking it.
No.
Okay, I don't see anything either. We're taking a break from looking for the leprechaun because we're out in the woods, and this is supposedly where Bigfoot lives. All right, let's. Oh wait,
Yeah.
we gotta go this way.
Imagine if there was 100 villains and
He needs glasses, and I'm not being ugly. You can just see that eye's not tracking, and I hope that they get, because it can be corrected. This, as young as he is, he's got beautiful eyes. He's so cute, but I hope they get that corrected.
they would live in the woods. Bigfoot.
What? Caleb said that the villains live in the woods. Okay, let's keep looking for Bigfoot.
Just a joke.
Caleb wants to show you guys the coolest thing at our new cabin. It is? Okay, so here's our deck, and here's the outside yard. And look
See that playscape, how close it was to the wood line?
down there. It's a giant slide.
Okay, go.
You want me to go?
I'm not going.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Are you ready? Oh, wait, guys, what if Bigfoot is in here? I'm so scared. Okay, hang on. Hang on, I'm scared. What if I... Hey! Hey! Oh. Yeah.
She genuinely seems like a loving mom, a sincere mom, but she's making a mistake.
That was not funny, Caleb. That scared me so bad. All right, Caleb's gonna take the steps.
I am not.
Okay, so here's the wooded area. So we're gonna go walk through.
He ain't going down the slide because she just scared him that Bigfoot was going to be inside this slide. Look at the blind.
Yeah, look at that blind right there. And there's more. There's bows
Yeah,
all
you can
around
see a
this
little boat
cabin.
here. You
I
can
was
see how
looking-
this is all collected together. It should not all be this dead. They're hanging out here a lot.
There. You want to swing on the swing? Come on, let's swing. You hear something?
Make a joke so that if the kid hears any of that kind of growling, they're just going to think that it's somebody in a costume.
I'm a little bit creeped out.
Look at that bow right behind her.
Caleb, look behind me. Do you guys see that?
We're going to back that up just a second.
You hear something? I'm a little bit creeped out.
Right there. A bow right behind her. People don't know what they're looking for, but it's right there.
Caleb, look behind me.
Yeah, please
You guys see
do.
that?
Yeah, look behind you.
I thought I saw something in the woods over here.
Something saw you.
And that's actually another blind right in here. There's actually a dark shadow right in there too. Another shadow here.
What is that?
Lipstick.
Okay,
Look at
listen.
this. Look at that.
And they
When we
don't
talk
know what
about
they're looking
bows,
at.
But if your child reads Monster Spotters, they'll know what that is.
Oh my, yeah, if the child had that book, Monster Spotters, you would know what that is.
Here's the clues that you have to look for Bigfoot.
You're just
Teaching him, training him to go look for Bigfoot, a little kid like this.
but there's sign all over the
Yeah,
place.
right?
And she's saying, this is what you look for. You look for a rock.
Because she's getting information off the stupid programs.
And that looks like a
Pull down.
blind right down, right
Yeah.
back here and right back here.
Yeah. Man.
He like will rub against trees like this.
That actually was a
Yeah.
And he'll leave hair or stuff that's ripped off of trees. He likes to make his home out of like the tree bark like this. Okay, so he very.
so she's
And he'll leave hair or stuff that's.
That's a trail. Right through there.
yeah.
Yep, that's a trail.
Ripped off of trees. He likes to make his home out of like the tree bark like this. Okay, so be very, very careful.
Guys,
What is it?
I opened this up and it's like a scratch.
There's
Good eye, kid.
Actually kind of does, huh?
Yeah.
You found a clue for Bigfoot, Caleb. You know what this means, you guys. Bigfoot was in our cabin last night.
They'll be up high in those trees too, so they can look at them second-story windows.
See if we can get past that little part.
I gotta be really careful because I don't want like a trap or something. You guys see?
You're in a trap. You're
Yeah.
walking. That's a
Yeah.
big blind right there.
Yeah.
50 yards out. No disturbance
Pretty
sign.
dark back in here.
Yeah, that's all a trap area right there. A
Yeah,
blind.
and you can just see it squatchy. You can see.
Anything out here? Whoa, Caleb, look. There's something really cool over here, guys. Caleb, look at this. Hurry. Look. It's like,
Look at that blind. Right
Look at
there, watching the house.
Yeah, and you got some dark spots in there
Here,
too.
here.
Let me see if I can slow it down.
Like a secret stream over there.
Look at that.
That's all a blind right there.
So when they're at that little campfire just outside the thing, when the child's even closer than the campfire with the place gate.
Let me let's get a couple comments so we can catch up.
Okay.
Did we get Kelly's?
Yes.
Yeah, we're grateful you're with us also, and we're all together now. So
Start with tracker 17 there.
oh, tracker
You
17.
made it. Apologies for my tardiness. Working on a 2-part post in one of my Yowie groups. Okay. Glad
Okay.
you're here. Night Star says, hey, Tracker 17. Tracker 17 says, Hallie Toe, Jerry Lead Horse Choctaw Williams, Lead Tracker E, Friends, Trackers, and Warriors.
And Shadow Tracker J.
Says, blessings, Tracker 17.
And Shadow Tracker JA still in the room. She's just watching right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Graybeard.
Says, hi, 17. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Tracker 17. 17 says, 3 minutes in, and already I feel horrified, right?
Yeah, exactly. Us too.
Kelly says, Tracker Kelly, Thunder Tracker Kelly says, hi, Tracker 17. Graybeard says, wait till they find out about leprechauns. I know, I was thinking that too. Yeah. And then I thought, well, I'd go off on a rant. So Kelly says, they have no idea. That's right. Tracker 17 says, so many shadows in that wood line. Yeah.
There sure is.
Shadow Tracker J says, people wonder why some people have trust issues. Perfectly put.
Yeah.
Hard to trust when your own parents lie to you.
Oh.
Absolutely perfectly put.
Yeah.
JR says, hey, 17, you missed being very annoyed by the first video. This one is more of the same. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
But less annoying voices and cute kids.
Yeah.
Kelly says, I want to send her a copy of the Monster Spotters, right? Tracker 17 says, hi, Night Stars, late again.
No, she wasn't.
Tracker Lorna says, so much can go wrong. Yep.
Sure is.
Judy says, hi, Tracker 17.
Yeah, this is right outside their cabin.
Oh, and this is such an infested area. Oh, that whole area of Broken Bow.
Broken Bow is infested. Well,
The people that own that cabin need to get all of this pushed back.
I remember Mike Wallace and Steve Walden. They had a cabin up someplace. And he said, man,
Yeah.
he said, yeah. Well, they rented it. And he said, man, y'all need to come up and check that place out.
Yeah.
It's got stuff all over the
Yeah.
place. And hey, that's another person for next tracker course. We got to get with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
To see if, I mean, I know Mike was
Their
one
quality.
or two, but
yeah.
you know, Steve's mending, so maybe he could,
Yeah.
you know, that'd be fun to have them in the course. But this is all the blind, 50 yards out, just like we tell everybody, no disturbance signs. But 50 yards out, you're going to find all these blinds and everything in that tree line.
I don't know if we can get to it. Oh man.
Wow.
And do you guys see anything back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the whole thing's a blind. Oh my goodness.
Wait, I'm not sure that we should go any farther. You think we
Good.
should get Dad? Look, oh, look over here. Hurry, look over here.
And
And-
back over there too. Looks like a little creek or something. Goes.
Wait, I'm not sure that we should go any
Let me
farther.
get
You
that.
think we should get Dad?
Yeah, there's a ravine. Or
Look, oh, look over here. Hurry,
creek back
look over
there.
here.
Yeah, that's a great place for a Bigfoot just to come up, crawl up, just use the head to look over,
Yeah.
go up behind that log.
Travel that. Yeah.
That's a great path for it to be
There's-
walking.
The whole thing's got
That whole
stuff
place
going
is,
on.
yeah, sure does. And she's talking to this
At least
kid.
she
and-
did stop him from going in there.
Okay. Be very careful. If you guys see anything, let us know. What is it? That looks like a Bigfoot hole, like maybe somewhere where he sleeps.
Is that
There's another big bow. Yeah.
If you guys see anything, let us know. What is it? That looks like a Bigfoot hole, like maybe somewhere where he sleeps.
You got some bows right here.
Yeah.
Actually, two. And maybe a pull down that stick right in the middle of the.
That one.
Yeah.
Hey! Hey! Caleb's leaving me! No, Caleb!
Yeah.
Okay,
Caleb-
left me. Looks
Caleb-
like I'm on my own.
Caleb's smarter than mom.
Guys, click the
Following
like button.
instincts.
He's smarter than mom.
And if you want Aubrey to come help me look for Bigfoots in the next video, we're going to the Bigfoot forest today. And they say there's mama Bigfoots, baby Bigfoots, and daddy Bigfoots.
Yeah, because, well,
Okay.
there's spiders and spiderlings.
This is a walkway. Blind.
Yeah.
Do you guys see anything? I see like this green moss stuff, and there's like a stream. This is the perfect
Yeah, it is.
I'll back that up. Let me catch
Bigfoot
up.
and daddy Bigfoots. Okay.
That's a blind
You
area.
guys see
It's like
anything? I
she
see, like,
knows
this
a
green
little, but
moss
she just
stuff.
doesn't
There's, like, a
really
stream.
realize it. And probably just because she's watched
And this whole
programs that are surface level.
yeah, and this whole area is a blind. Actually, it looks like a little face right there,
Hmm.
and something right there.
I love that she's spending time with the kids and doing stuff with them, and, you know, giving them adventures, and but she could do it in a way that teaches them truly.
She should get him that Monster Spotters book
Yeah.
and read it, and that kid would be going, "I've seen this,"
Yeah.
or "That's a blind, that's a pull down."
Yeah.
And this is the perfect
Could
spot.
one of the mods put the
for
link
Bigfoot.
to any of the books in the chat,
Okay.
please?
Do you guys see anything? I see like this green moss stuff, and there's like a stream. This is the perfect spot
Yes, it is.
for Bigfoot.
There's a pathway.
That
right
is
there.
true.
What was Caleb?
Pathway.
That was a path for sure.
Caleb, I saw something. Hurry, go back into the cabin. I saw something. We gotta tell Dad. Hurry, hurry,
See, that was a lie.
hurry. We gotta tell Dad. Hurry, hurry.
Now they got the kids involved in
And he won't be able to recognize real fear.
and he's gonna think that he can do this with other kids, get them scared and run and fake it like that. Their mom's teaching them
Run like little
to
prey
fake these things also,
to trigger them too.
which is lying to other people, to
Yeah.
lying to other kids.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Bigfoot tracks. You see any on the? He's definitely been here. Go, go. We gotta go tell Dad. Dad, Dad. We saw something in the woods. I swear, Caleb left me. No, Caleb, you shouldn't be out there by yourself.
Yeah, you think?
No. It looked like a Bigfoot.
A Bigfoot?
What do you mean?
And there was tracks outside. Come here, we gotta show you. Show Dad. There's a Bigfoot. I think the Bigfoot's been in the house.
What color was it?
No,
It was like
Bigfoot, you go
brown.
out first, kid.
Like that?
No, yes. Oh,
What's that?
Caleb.
Here's her planted hair.
Caleb.
Planted hair. Other kids who watch this, 744,000 other people who watched this already. I hope, I know that most of them won't understand that this is all fake and they're tricking people and they're even using their children to trick other kids. Find something else to do besides trying to trick other kids. And don't be using your kids to help trick other kids. These things are out there. And if they don't believe it, they're going to walk out in those woods. And even when we was growing up, when we were kids, we didn't have that information. They just told us, don't be going out far, being by the street light.
The most I had was there was in the Encyclopedia Britannica, or no, the World book, something like an encyclopedia set. They had one that was like mysteries, unsolved, some kind of mystery ones, and it talked just a little bit about Bigfoot, a little bit about Loch Ness and UFOs. It touched lightly, but that was it.
And it
They
all
didn't have
seems like
anything
it's
else.
fake or it's somewhere else. The far northwest, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know, it's not here.
Oh, they would say the myth.
Yeah,
The
or
myth.
myth. Yeah.
Oh man, it's real.
He's been here.
No.
Bigfoot is real. We already looked at the jacuzzi. I think he's been in the jacuzzi. Look, they're Bigfoot tracks.
You know what that means?
What?
We gotta go look for it.
We gotta wake Aubrey up. Let's go wake Aubrey up. We're gonna go hunt for Bigfoot. We gotta have breakfast first.
Well, I gotta
Aubrey's
finish
like,
the-
I'm on vacation, man.
Okay, guys, so we are gonna keep looking for Bigfoot. We're gonna wake Aubrey up, eat breakfast, and then we're gonna go deep into the woods.
Good. And you know,
Alright,
when you
lead
track
the way.
enough, you just get a
We're gonna
sense
do
of
it.
certain areas,
You
what
see
they
that?
look like.
It's like a giant hill over there. You can't go over that way.
Wow. When you get in
Anything
areas
with
and
bushes?
everything looks dead like this,
Alright.
especially when it's so many evergreens,
And this is a small
it just has a
blind
different look. It's
wrapped around the trail.
yeah,
That's a small blind.
lay right up under there.
Keep leading the way. Okay, make sure there's no bears in front of us. What are you gonna do if you see a bear?
A bunch of people up in front of you. There's also a lot of caves in this area of Oklahoma. That might be a spear right there.
Yeah, that's probably a spear. They'd be sharp on him.
What?
And it's on the other side, so that people can't get to it.
Uh-huh.
But that could be used as a spear. We found many of them by the rivers.
What? Oh, not funny, Kayla. Okay, guys, so if you want to see Aubrey in the next video, help us do a Bigfoot hunt, click the like button and subscribe. And hopefully we make it to the next video.
Hey guys, it's me, Aubrey from Fun and Crazy Kids. And Kayla! Today we're at a cabin.
Right
Aubrey
behind her on the
finally got
left.
her sleep.
Right behind her. Right here. This is a
Right
blind.
here, yeah.
Right there. All I gotta do is stand right behind it. They should be back there looking for springbacks or where it's been.
In the middle of the
That
woods.
was a heavy lean.
And Kayla. So we are just gonna check. We just got here,
Yeah.
and last night, it's pretty crazy, guys. Last night,
Yeah.
Aubrey's dad was fishing.
There was like a car over
Blind
here.
right there on the
We heard
corner.
like these weird noises and knocking, like tapping on the window.
On the windows. It was just us here.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it probably
see, I
was
really
It
think
probably
they
was,
mean
but
that
we're gonna
part.
check around the cabin and make sure we don't see.
last night I dreamed about I love you, Mom.
I love you too. So we're just gonna like explore around the cabin and see if we see any footprints or anything that's crazy.
And they literally showed their cabin number. I hope this it wasn't
Yes.
live.
That's so
when they
pretty.
did
It's been
that.
raining crazy.
Yes, and
nonstop.
finally it's Sunday.
Yes. We're gonna go. There is a horse trail over by our cabin.
Horses and like a trail.
That's right behind the cabin. Let's check it out. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, be careful, guys, because there could be snakes. So watch where you step.
So see how she taught about that?
What is
Teach
it?
about the other things.
Is that a footprint? That doesn't look like a.
It actually looks like one.
She said it doesn't look like.
It actually looks like one.
Horse print, you guys.
I mean,
Do
it
you
doesn't
see
look like a
that?
horse print.
Is
but
there any more of them? Is that a
well, that print is going towards the woods. It's not going down the trail. So
Yeah.
don't look down the trail for it.
footprint? That doesn't look like a horse print, you guys. Do you see that? Is there any more of them?
I don't.
Okay, let's
Wait,
check
wait,
out
what's
over here.
What?
Pinkfoot.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Let's check it out. There you go. Careful, Caleb. What's wrong? What is this back here? Any more of them?
I don't.
Okay, let's
Wait,
check out
what's
over
the
here.
foot?
Pinkfoot.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Let's check it out. There you go. Careful, Caleb. What's wrong? What is this back here?
This little girl's instincts are actually really good.
Maybe back to that.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Let's check it out. There you go. Careful, Caleb. What's wrong? What is this back here?
Right in there is a blind. And through this waterway here, but there's a blind right in here.
What is this, you guys? That's crazy.
Okay, there's another.
There's a little blind right there. And this whole area can be used as a blind that's watching this little walkway.
Wait, be very, very careful, Aubrey. We don't know what's back here.
That's good advice.
Aubrey, look right behind you. What do you see? That is our cabin through the woods.
Walking through a tunnel.
Okay. All right, you stay right there, Caleb. There could be poison ivy.
Hey, we found some
You should
treasure.
warned about poison ivy.
We did find treasures.
This is like a clearing or something, but there was like all these.
They were all outside of our cabin. And we don't golf, you guys.
That's ours, not on the spray,
But we just kept finding all these like weird golf balls.
I have no idea what this is. Like they're all muddy.
We're thinking it might be a clue. We don't know. We're gonna keep.
Why are there all these golf balls everywhere? Seriously.
I don't know. But that's creepy. That our cabin is right there.
With that thick overgrowth behind
Okay,
it.
let's keep exploring, guys. There's got to be other clues.
Weird.
I don't want to get lost in the
woods.
woods. Okay.
It's rusty water.
Okay, we're walking along, just trying to like find clues. Our cabin's right down there.
And it literally looks like rusty water.
You think so? We saw something just like hop up into the branches.
Yeah, it was just look.
What is it?
Look.
There's
Let's see that
iron
hole.
and fungus.
What is it? Okay. You can zoom in.
See, this little girl spots that window, that observation window.
Yeah.
Very
The
proud of her
branches.
for noticing
Yeah, it
that.
was just, look.
What is it?
Look. Look through that hole.
What is it? Okay.
It's not clear enough. Not clear enough, but I was looking at that right there.
But you really do want to look, pay attention to things like that, those little windows.
Yeah.
Good for her for spotting that and really paying attention to it. With a big bow behind it. It looks like
Bow.
a structure there too on the left.
Yeah. And this is all pulled down, close it in.
Yep, and that little girl spotted it, and that's really right about where they were gonna walk in beside that to the back.
Look through
Yeah.
that hole.
What is it?
Good girl.
You can zoom in. Look at that. You see? It's like a
Let me see. That's like an entrance to
She
somewhere.
was just the right height to spot
That
it.
looks like the entrance
Okay.
right here.
Aubrey, I don't want to freak you out or anything.
And that's by our cabin.
Wait, I don't want to freak you out or anything.
That was
But have you ever heard of Bigfoot?
yes, but
Okay, listen. He lives in this part of, they've spotted him here in this part of Oklahoma before.
I don't think it's.
You don't think that's what
I
we
don't
heard
think it's
last night?
Bigfoot.
Okay.
But she knows it's something wrong.
You think it's worse than
I think
Bigfoot?
it's worse. Rusty water. Oh,
Okay.
God.
We're gonna keep looking for clues.
I just thought about in my mind.
And even the female out there with the children was very dangerous. And the
Yeah.
children making a lot of
Dad's
noise
back
like
at the
that.
cabin playing pranks and pretending to be Bigfoot, filming Bigfoot and planting hair instead of out here with them. What did this kid just say that came to his mind?
You think it's worse than
I think it's
Bigfoot?
worse. Rusty water.
She looks genuinely
Okay.
concerned.
We're gonna keep looking for clues.
I just thought about in my mind
What did you think about in your mind?
a bad pink, a bad getty, a bad getty.
A bad
lives in
Yeti.
the woods.
Wait, a Yeti? A Yeti?
A bad Yeti.
Bad Yeti just
In the
came to his
woods.
mind.
Is Bigfoot
There's no way that was a coincidence. There's a door, there's a window, and then rusty water.
and golf balls?
What else could that be?
I don't know.
And we're just trying to enjoy the vacation, and then this has to happen.
I
every
hope it's
single
not
time.
a new villain. Okay.
Why are we cursed with all the
I
villains?
don't know. but I thought I just saw somebody pop up in the field.
Maybe it was a deer.
Okay, yesterday we did see deer. We were driving by and there was a head that popped up.
Oh, I saw
And
it.
it was a
I
deer.
saw
Did you
it
see
on
it?
the bush.
Where? Way out there?
Yes. I just saw
Okay, I'm
it.
gonna zoom in, guys. Tell me if you see anything. Okay, it must know that we're on its track. Let's get out of here. Come on, Caleb, let's get out of here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Go away.
Okay, you guys. So Aubrey's putting bug spray on because she's getting ate up by bugs. But I want you to see the field behind us.
Look at it.
And then I'm gonna turn around and show you that.
Look how
That's a pathway.
Mm-hmm.
creepy it is.
That is so creepy.
I'm glad that they sense it as creepy.
Okay, Kayla thinks there's a Yeti in there. I think there's Bigfoot. I don't know. If you guys see something, click the like button.
And make sure.
These
See
are
how
pull
she's
downs
not
here,
really taking it seriously?
making a blind right here.
Uh-huh. She's just trying to amp them up to keep them entertained.
Oh my goodness.
So watch on TikTok or Instagram and tell us.
Yes,
We need to
we
know.
That
can
girl's
read your comments on our
genuinely anxious.
TikTok and Instagram. We can't read them on
And
YouTube,
on
but
YouTube.
yes.
Something.
What?
There's a thing popped up
What
in
did
the
you
wood.
hear?
Her talking. It's a
What? It says come in the woods. Aubrey, don't listen to it.
You say you heard
So he
something.
just
in the
had
woods.
some mind speak.
There's a thing popped up in
What
the
did you
wood.
hear?
Her talking. It's a
What? It says come in the woods. Aubrey, don't listen to it. Caleb said it said to come into the woods. Don't listen to it.
She's just making light of it. This kid's not an actor.
It is pretty, and there's butterflies and
He said, no way.
That was him.
was that you?
No.
All right, you guys. No, Aubrey.
He said
Don't
no.
go in there. Did you see anything back there?
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I saw something pop up in the wood light. You saw something pop? Okay, we gotta go. Come
Yeah,
on.
I keep telling you guys this. We're getting trapped in this area. Hurry, Caleb.
Why?
Hurry.
Something like crawling
I
on
don't
the
think he
wood,
was
like-
lying.
You heard it crawling?
No.
We're just gonna keep looking. What's up there? What? What is that?
To the hill.
Okay, let's go check it out. Come on, Caleb. We saw spotted something up here.
Let's go.
All right, you guys.
I think it's a getting fun.
What if we're the first people in history to meet Bigfoot? Would that not be crazy? Wait, what is that? There's something down that trail too. Okay, should we go down the trail?
Parallels all along that road.
This whole place and the trails are leading us somewhere.
Okay, it says private drive. We don't know what this is over here. Those are really pretty wildflowers. We should pick some.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
We gotta go up there.
Let's go check it out, guys.
We gotta go up there.
Okay.
This could be a trap. Wait. This could be a trap.
See,
that's-
the girl's
it's like
got
a
sense.
mountain. Like,
Yeah.
let's go check it out. Okay, Aubrey spotted.
But mom's like, let's go.
She thinks it's a trap. Caleb, be careful, buddy.
I'm up here.
You're up
There's
here
gonna
too?
be a single haystack.
Okay, well, we thought we would get on the haystack,
There's a
and that
bow
way you
up
guys
there,
can
too.
see up over the
Right
hill.
here. There's like a secret path over there.
There is?
Yes.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
we should go check that out.
No, we shouldn't. This is all a trap.
You
Good
think so?
girl.
Yes, this is all a trap.
Caleb, hurry, I spotted some buffalo.
Oh, I got his mom a flower. Quite a bit of distance there, though.
I think the rest is more the same, right?
Yeah.
They're seeing buffalo. They go pet some horses, small horses. But this woman is teaching these children that it's okay to trick other people, and the rest I think is the dad dressed up in a costume going into the house. They find some fake hair that they place out there. And that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. The hair. And then when you back at the cabin is a lot of, you can see looking out, it goes like up a hill from another angle where they're looking at the deck, and you can see bows and blinds and just more of the same. And yeah, a couple of foolish parents that don't even know what they don't know.
I couldn't find that print from Broken Bow when we was down there, but it was about a 25-inch print.
Yeah, that was a big
And
one.
it was probably, I would say, about 10 inches wide.
Yeah, we've got
Maybe a
several
foot
videos
wide.
from Broken Bow. Several months. It would have been last October. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last October. Just look on the channel for those. We're going to turn the lights back on. That's enough of that.
Yeah. And we was
Precious children that have more sense than their parents.
we was actually hoping that we would be able to get a what do you call tracker one of the warrior trackers, Tracker J, is doing a upload or review of the Monster Spotters book. I'm gonna put that up.
Yeah,
again real
Warrior
fast.
Tracker J. Yeah.
She is doing a review of this children's book, and I'm not sure if,
Her and her brother.
and her age is, she's well and more, or she's very intelligent for her age. She's above
Oh, yeah.
the normal person.
I'm sure if they
at her
tested
age.
her, she's genius level.
And she knows about the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio. She can read hieroglyphs.
Has excellent parents that are training her correctly, raising her correctly.
And so they're doing a review, and that's going to be up hopefully tomorrow. So if you do see that, that's on Holly's channel.
Yeah, and we'll share it out when it comes out.
Let me get the name of that.
It's
Holly
Miss
Jean.
Holly Jean.
Miss Holly
Miss
Jean,
Holly
I
Jean.
think. Let me see. Subscriptions. Channel.
Anyway, when you see him coming out on here, it's usually as lyrical jazzy.
Yeah. Holly Jean, I believe that's
Ms. Holly Jean.
Miss Holly Jean. That review,
Right
there it
there.
is.
MS Holly Jean.
All capital. HOLLYJEAN, all capital. They also did a book review over the Bigfoot gifters. You can check that out also. So Miss Holly MS, no period, MS Holly Jean. That video should be up tomorrow on Monster Spotters, and this is coming from a young person who's read the book, and we can't wait for that review to come out.
Very seriously.
That we're just,
because it covers two different ages. The brother's a few years younger.
yes,
But he's already spotting things and learning things.
picking up tracks and things like that. Even if it's cats and dogs, he's tracking now. And his bigger sister is teaching, what to look for,
but not tracking like this, going to try to find them. Tracking as in noticing when the signs are in the area and what to stay away from, not what to go towards.
So that review should be out tomorrow. So be looking for that. That's going to be a good one to review, and you can share that with your children. You can share it on other channels, on Facebook, because this is coming from there's one adult that may help, that's helping out with it, but I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be about. But if these young people are putting this out, it's important. So be on the lookout for that, probably tomorrow on Miss Holly Jean's channel. And check out some of the other things they have on that channel. It's a real good channel, family
I'll be right
orientated.
back. I want to grab some.
Okay, so gonna grab something real fast. So I'm gonna go over some comments real fast and see where we're at, see what she's, or we'll catch up real fast because that one of our trackers sent the first one to us, and that led us to this one because I think it was looking for children with Sasquatch or something, and that led us to this one. So we do want to thank our tracker for sending that information out to us.
I wanted to read Thunder Tracker Kelly, and she's on here as Kelly, Daughter of the Most High. She just recently graduated the candidate course, and this was an essay that's part of, we asked him several questions and asked him to write an essay as part of the testing out, and I just want to read it. If you didn't see the graduation ceremony the other day. How did I find Jerry and Lee Tracker E? I found the channel from reading a comment on another YouTube video, and their channel was mentioned. The comment stressed that their channel stressed living in truth and that they were believers in the Most High God. I had asked in prayer for a long time to be led to like-minded people so I could do His will for my life. What helped me to stay with the channel? First were the rules of how others were not allowed to treat others. If it wasn't kind, if it wasn't kind and ungodly, then they're not allowed to be here. Second was how others were experiencing similar situations and the reassurance that I wasn't insane or crazy because of my experiences. Most of all is the connection with the Most High God and the belief of Jesus Christ. Why did I want to take the course? I wanted to take the course to gain further knowledge on how to be a warrior of God, to belong to a group of other warriors for the same purpose of helping others stay safe from demonic forces in the dark side. I believe that there is a bigger purpose for us warriors in the future, for God's final battle of good and evil, dark versus light, and felt like I belonged here. I thought I would learn about the crazy things I was seeing, the shadows out of the corners of my eyes, the orbs in the trees, the physical sensations my body was feeling when I knew something was near, yet I couldn't see it. The strange things left for me in my yard, on my deck, which I now know is gifting. I did learn all those things and so much more. The origin of the predator Bigfoots and how they take on the form of what they consume, how to protect myself and loved ones. The bird sounds and the interpretation of how the predator Bigfoot mimics anything and everything it can to lure its prey. Being a nurse, I found the birth wheel and cell salts intriguing, along with the herbs, plants, and certain foods for my birth time is amazing, and the Fibonacci sequence, which was familiar to me, has a completely new meaning to me. I could go on and on about the knowledge I was educated with, but the most important thing I learned is that I am not alone in this life with these monsters, and through the Lord Jesus Christ, and I now have a team of others to support to do His will. All things are possible through Jesus Christ. I trust His plan. I'm so grateful to have been led to this family of tracker warriors. This experience is life-changing and life-saving. I just want to thank you all for your hard work, dedication, and perseverance, and a beautiful power of example in being true to oneself, especially when life is difficult and real. And I was thinking, I was getting this mixed up, and it's a beautiful essay, but I was getting it mixed up with the review about her grandchildren, that now how they were tracking. I was thinking that was in here too, but I remembered as I was reading it.
Let me see if I can.
Let's find that real quick. Is it already on Amazon? Because she's teaching her grandchildren, and they also have the book. Here it is. She gives it 5 stars, and she says the grandchildren absolutely love this book. The pictures get 10 stars by my 12-year-old granddaughter who loves art. They have become more aware of their surroundings, and because of this book's knowledge and help from their elders, they can stay safe. This is the 3rd book written by the authors, and like the first 2 books, is a must-have. Thank you, Jerry and Lee Tracker E, for all your hard work and sharing your spiritual truths. What a blessing to be a part of this journey. Thank you. And that's the whole reason we wrote this book, is for keeping the children safe.
Let's read the other 2 reviews also.
Not entertainment. Okay, yeah. We also have Danette, who is also a tracker now. She says, and she's been with us for years, excellent information for children and elderly, very animated and full of safety precautions. We can teach our younger children so they can put a picture together of what they have seen to tell others. Every family should have this book, most edifying and informative. Thank you. She's also read to her grandchildren. And then Tanya, which is not the Tanya, it's not Jose and Tanya. This is a different person. Actually, it's a man, but he used his wife's account. And he says, I recommend this book to anyone looking to understand more about these things. They are not what most people think. This book is awesome as it is full of information. I grew up in Northeast Texas and had some very strange things happen that I never could understand. Thanks to Jerry and Lee Tracker E, I was able to put the pieces together. Wish I would have had this book years ago. So I wish I would have had that book as a kid.
I wish we all
Honestly,
had this book when we were younger.
And it's to help you encourage your children to open up the conversations of things we need to be talking about, like prayer and are monsters real, and what do we do about it? And just building strong warriors, because if something happens to you, well, who's going to teach them? So everybody thinks they have more time, and that's a warrior's biggest mistake, thinking you have more time to teach the people around you. So we're not just trying to sell things. We honestly don't make that much off of these. We're doing these to help people. We're doing these because we're driven, because we're called to do this.
And when we see that people don't know, so we're saying, you know, we've made DVDs, we put them in Spanish, we've gave classes, we've wrote books, we wrote children's books. We're doing what we can to help educate a lot of people who don't know that these things are real, or don't even know anything about it. And there's so many missing people. One of our trackers just was looking for a report on another person who went missing. And when he went looking for her name, he said there was just a list, and he didn't even get down to her name. And he said there was just a list and lists and lists of missing people. And it doesn't seem like it's like that, but it actually is. There's missing people everywhere. And when you really think about it, someone didn't come home. Someone went out in the backyard and they were never seen again.
And people just assume, or even like with these, the runaways, they're going to go hide, or teens, isolated teens, but they're going to go hide in places where these predators also hide. And we even teach those things in the book. Old sheds, abandoned buildings, under bridges, teach what monster bridges, or Bigfoot bridges are. Places where addicts go to hide. Anywhere where you want to not be seen, that's where they're going to be too. And they know where the victims are. They know where the easy prey is.
And they know if people are homeless. They know if people are addicts. They know if they're trying to hide. Yeah, they know if people are not going to miss them. That's free food for them. Let's take some comments, and then we'll finish up. Hey, somebody's saying elastic machinery.
No, we're below that. Because he was in there. Okay, let's start with Trucker 17. So many thick blinds. Big predators too. Far out. That mother needs all your books. Yes. Judy Wheeler says, wow, it's all a blend. Yeah.
Sure is. It sure was.
Elastic, glad you could make it. We were wondering.
Yep.
Says, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry I'm here. I'm glad you're here. He says, Tracker 17, maybe?
Yeah.
Judy says, hi, Elastic. Tracker 17 says, all good at Elastic Machinery. I'm late too. Shadow Tracker J says, is she going to put her kids in a shark cage in shark infested waters next, right?
I know.
Hey, what's good for clicks?
Yeah.
Graybeard says, hi, Elastic Machinery. Tracker 17 says, hey, Judy. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Elastic Machinery. Tracker 17 says, how does she not see all the signs, right?
I know. They're all around her.
Tracker 17 says, blessings, Shadow Tracker J. She knew just enough to take her kids into a dangerous situation. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Elastic Machinery. Judy Wheeler says, she doesn't know structures.
Sure doesn't.
Judy Wheeler says, yes, monster spotters. Tracker 17, put the link. Thank you. There's a link to the book.
All right. He says above is a link for monster spotters, and there it is again.
It's worth it. It's super heavy on the illustrations, and kids will have something to search for through this to keep their attention. They'll be fascinated. Tracker Graybeard says these people are tarded. I cannot make myself disagree. JR says using your kids for clickbait. That's, you know.
They sure were. Or still are.
Judy Wheeler says you have to be able to read the woods. Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Tracker 17 says, yes, Graybeard, I am appalled. Yeah, now you see why we wanted to choose these.
There's a lot of people who are trackers and foragers and things like that who don't know what these things are or can't read the woods the way they're supposed to.
Yeah. Tracker Lorna says, so wrong, teaching them wrong information. Feel bad for the children. JR says, magpie mommy. Yeah, right.
Oh, and here's the link for the Bigfoot gifters. The other book that's out is very, very important as well.
Now that one's for adults, but it can be explained to children as well.
Definitely.
Tracker 17. Oh, I'm sorry. Elastic Machinery says, thank you warmly for the welcome. Shadow Tracker J says, LOL JR.
Yeah.
Tracker 17 says, help us for the Bigfoot hunt. What? They're right outside her door. Yeah, literally. Tracker 17 says, snakes are the very least of the danger, right?
Yeah, tell them to watch out for that, but they got sign all around them.
Tracker 17 says, I have no doubt she loves her kids, but she is not all there. So irresponsible.
Yeah.
Tracker 17 says, blinds and skirting. Oh, yeah, all over.
Sure was. Shadows, everything.
Says, you're welcome at Elastic Machinery. Elastic Machinery says, I believe this lady is setting the kids up because she's related to the predator. She's a plucked turkey monster. Just look at the gobbler dangling from her neck. That was mean, just plain. I can't bust on anybody's chin. Elastic Machinery says, I really don't appreciate the way she was talking to her daughter.
Yeah, that too.
Tracker 17 says the Bigfoot are psychically implanting lovey-dovey thoughts and images into her mind. She has no mental discipline, it appears to me. And that was very troublesome about the little boy saying that
he heard a voice out there.
Something in his head. And
something in his
he wasn't I think both of those children were being genuine. Tracker Lorna says kids are sensing something. Absolutely. JR says training her daughter to be a drama queen. Ugh, right?
Yeah.
Tracker 17 says, yes, JR, it is appalling. Graybeard says this mom and dad are evil.
Yeah, they're
leading up them kids into evil.
And showing them fake hair and things like that they planted.
They're deceived. Graybeard says kids will end up in a state after being raised like this. Shadow Tracker J says they are installing fear in their children. They're opening up their thresholds, that's for sure. Danette says,
hey, Danette.
How you doing, Danette? We just read your review a little while ago. She says, hello, everybody. Graybeard says, hi, Danette. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Danette. Tracker 17 says, this woman is so deluded, no godly foundation. No repentance for the nonsense. She didn't even realize it's nonsense. She is teaching her kids. Her kids have sharper senses than she has. Yes. They haven't had
sure
it
do.
programmed out of them yet,
Yeah.
but she's working hard at it.
Mhm.
JR says, instilling a mixture of fear and a frivolous mind. Thank you. Very well put. At Shadow Tracker J. Yes, it was like both, just confusing. And that's with both of those programs.
Mm-hmm.
But one's even worse because it's their actual parents doing it. Tracker 17 says, hi, Danette Bailey. Judy says, hi, Danette. Shadow Tracker J says, true, JR. Tracker 17 says, yeah, I need to do something like this also. I just have sort of few pressing issues out. I will get to it.
Oh, good.
Elastic says, absolutely, JR, and she's picking up on it. The mother is calling both of their names loudly. Right?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Night Star says, can't wait for the review. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
us too. 17 says, looking forward to your review at Shadow Tracker J. It'll be Warrior Tracker J.
Yeah, Warrior Tracker J. And they changed their name to Miss Holly Jean, so I'm not sure if that one still works.
Thank you for the link, Night Stars. Elastic Machinery says, tragic. Oh, it still is that. That's still the address.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the address.
That's to Lyrical
that.
Jazzy's channel.
Okay.
Ms. Holly Jean's channel. Night Star says, oh no, he put the link. She put the link. Tragic 4 says Elastic Machinery.
Oh, yeah.
Tracker 17 says, apologies at Shadow Tracker J, but distracted here.
Oh,
Night Star says, hi, JR.
hi, JR, she says.
Shadow Tracker J says, it's all good, Tracker 17. Yeah, we got a lot of J's. We have J, JA, Shadow Tracker, Warrior Tracker. JR says, Night Stars,
J.
Team Leader J. Judy Wheeler says, awesome, can't wait. Tracker 17 says, it'll be a great review, Holly and Lyrical Jazzy. We agree.
Oh, yeah, we can't wait.
And it's just a matter of, it takes a really long time to upload, or it would already been ready. Elastic Machinery says, tragic, I mean, or meant to say. Judy Wheeler says, Holly and Lyrical Jazzy with the love face.
Hey.
Everybody loves them. Thank you, Tracker 17. I sure appreciate you giving us a super sticker. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Tracker Lorna says, going to be exciting to watch. Yes, and when we get it out, everybody share it out, please.
Yeah.
And share this video too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely this one too.
Judy says, agree, Lorna. Tracker Lorna says, thank you, Tracker 17. Pray we must with Tracker L says, great video. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judy says, thank you, Tracker 17. Tracker 17 says, I second that. Pray we must. Graybeard says, hi, pray we must. Elastic Machinery says, my keyboard is acting up. Sorry about that. We figured something was going on. Judy Wheeler says, beautiful essay. We agree.
Oh, yeah.
Tracker 17 says, or puts in the link there. Thank you to the Predator, Bigfoot, and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, which is the full book. Some people even call this their
manual.
Their manual. Yeah. You're not going to find this in any other Bigfoot book. You will not. Elastic Machinery says, all of these are excellent. Tracker, thank you. Tracker 17 says, an excellent essay, I have to say. Judy Wheeler says, excellent essay. Tracker 17 says, driven to serve and directed by God. Tracker Lorna says, all awesome essays.
Yeah, they were. All of them.
Judy Wheeler says, appreciate your teachings, Jerry. Tracker E and Jerry. Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome, Judy.
We appreciate the way you share out like you do.
And teach your grandchildren, too.
Yes.
And your children.
Danette says, the best information you can find here. Excellent teachers, and all their books are priceless. Thank you, Danette.
Thank you, Danette.
Judy says, that's startling to hear that many people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're lucky if we can get a couple hundred views. to,
Yeah.
you know, so we need your help. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Danette. Danette says, I love these get-togethers. Great people that want to learn truth and share with families. Yes. Love the people in this that are the regulars here.
Oh, yeah.
And welcome to anyone new. Danette says, Jerry and Ella put all the information together for you so it makes sense and answers all your questions. Thank you, Danette. Judy says, absolutely, Danette. Elastic says, the mother's very obviously making this content for other children to consume and repeat. She's basically teaching her audience a new game to play. Several times she snapped at those kids, and any predator will pick up on that. That's a really good point.
Sure will. Sure will.
Very good point. We love y'all. So 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Oh, we did pretty
We
good.
went fast. Yeah, we did. And we know we knew that y'all would understand with these. So, and hopefully the other people listening.
Just shorter.
Yeah.
There you go. No.
Be like him and his brothers stand on tiptoes trying to be each one be taller than the other one for photos. My sister does that to me too. She's oh, thank you, Lord, just for this group. Lord, please, 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 please protect these children. Protect the children that are exposed to foolishness like this. Keep your hand on them. Keep their instincts strong. Protect that little boy from the mind speak. Break that connection. Open up the mother's eyes and ears and cause that father to be a true leader for that family. Get our books into their hands somehow, Father. They have interest in the subject, so maybe they'll just come across it and get it themselves. We know it's not a joke. Everyone that regularly listens here and our trackers know it's not a joke. The children that have already been traumatized by these things and the adults that are still suffering from childhood trauma and even recent trauma, if they even made it, no, it's not a joke, Lord. These things are multiplying. We know that you led us on this path for a reason. We know that you've let us see the things that we've seen, experience the things that we've experienced. We know that you let us find each other, that you led us to each other for this purpose. It's not a joke to us, Lord. We take the responsibility very seriously. We thank you for letting us be a part of this path. And we pray that you will open up the eyes and ears of all these people out here and start disrupting their channels somehow, or, just redirect their channels. They could be helping so many people. They could be protecting so many kids, raising warriors, raising people that are going to be prepared for the battles that are here now and the battles that are to come. Help us to help you, Lord. Keep your hand over all of us like you always do. We love you. In the name of Yeshua, in your son Jesus' name, amen. All right. It was good to have another Watching Wednesday with y'all.
And what's the next thing? Oh, no.
Well, class is over for a little
No
while.
class. Wow.
Next thing's probably vacuum.
Yeah,
we
we
still got
clean up.
confetti around here.
Confetti still. We cleaned up a little bit today, but we still had some things to do.
We got a bunch of wild onions. We went back and harvested
We gotta
another
clean
bunch of
those
those. We're
tonight.
gonna go in there and get those cleaned tonight. We spread them out on racks in the rain, let it wash off a lot of the mud, and we got to go in there and prepare them. And not to eat, but to put up, and to put up to eat later.
And we got some other things that we're working on. You're gonna appreciate those things when we get them completed. But don't forget,
We still have that other book.
Yeah, we got another book we got to finish. We actually just have to really do proofing, and just correct a few
There's not very
things.
much to add, but we're about ready to wrap it up. But right now is when we need to do it before the next
class. So
yeah.
We're going to be busy trying to get all this done. So this is actually going to give us a couple of days off, but we will looks like we be looking for us, because we may do a surprise, things here and there, because we don't have any
set your
things,
alerts.
anything scheduled right now. But sometimes we'll say, all right, well, let's do a stream on this and let's get this out, or we seen this and we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
And one of these nights coming up soon, we would just want to have a talk, answer questions, see how everybody's doing, where it's not a lesson, where it's not
just relax. That might be a middle of the night thing. We don't know.
Yeah, a relaxing time, just kick back and talk to each other.
If you look at the other channel, there's several videos uploaded of an area that we tracked, scouted more than tracked.
We got that other video we got put together too.
Yeah.
Where we were.
But there are some things already on video on the other channel, the Bigfoot Predators channel. There's a couple videos from there. So anyway, good night, y'all. God bless, good rest.
God bless, good rest. We'll see y'all again very soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shadow Tracker Jay, for that first foolish program.
Yep, and thank you for all the trackers who send us information that we need to look at and help correct in a few things. There are more. We have more. We just haven't had a chance to get to them. So that may be some of those surprises. Instead of watching Wednesdays, we'll do some of those and catch up. But with our class last 2 weeks, we wanted to make sure they had all the information, and if they needed things to be caught up on, we used those extra days to make sure they made it through the course. So, and thank you for hanging with us and staying with us, and we'll be back soon. So set those alarms, check your subscriptions, because some people do get unsubscribed somehow.
Share out the channel.
And we'll see y'all again very soon.
Get the books.
Are we moving?
So beautiful.
Are we moving?
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Left it with that.
Perfect.